Imagine you are standing in the heart of a bustling night market in Bangkok or Tokyo. The air is thick with the aroma of charred lemongrass, pungent ginger, and fermented soy, while the rhythmic clanking of wok sounds like a constant round of applause. This is not just a place to buy food, it is a multi-sensory journey through thousands of years of tradition, philosophy, and survival. Asian cuisine, stretching from the frozen steppes of Mongolia to the tropical archipelagos of Indonesia, is perhaps the most diverse and fascinating food system on the planet. Today, we are going to dive deep into this world to understand why the Asian way of eating is considered one of the healthiest on earth, what hidden traps it contains, and the scientific secrets that make these flavors impossible to replicate without understanding the cultural soul behind them. The bedrock of Asian cooking, particularly in East and Southeast Asia, is the concept of absolute balance. This is not merely about flavor, it is rooted in the ancient philosophy of yin and yang. In traditional Chinese medicine and culinary arts, food is categorized into cooling and warming properties. Yin ingredients, such as seafood, tofu, or leafy green vegetables, are meant to calm and cool the body. Yang ingredients, like ginger, garlic, pepper, and red meat, are intended to provide energy and heat. A true master chef does not view a recipe as a simple set of steps but as a mathematical equation that must reach a state of harmony. This balance manifests in the famous principle of the 5 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and the mysterious umami. Umami was officially identified by Japanese researchers as the taste of glutamic acid, and it is the chemical reason why a simple bowl of miso soup or a drop of soy sauce can feel so incredibly satisfying to the human palate. One of the greatest advantages of Asian cuisine is its profound impact on human longevity. We can see this most clearly in the blue zones, specifically the Japanese island of Okinawa. For decades, the residents here have boasted some of the highest life expectancies in the world. Their secret lies in low caloric density combined with a massive dose of micronutrients. In these cultures, food is viewed as medicine. Ingredients like turmeric in Indian curries, fermented miso paste in Japan, or gochujang in Korea are not just seasonings, they are potent natural probiotics and anti-inflammatory agents. Scientific studies have repeatedly confirmed that high consumption of cruciferous vegetables, soy isoflavones, and fatty fish, while limiting processed red meats, drastically reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease and various forms of cancer. The health benefits extend deep into the cellular level. For example, the frequent use of mushrooms like shiitake, reishi, or maitake in Asian soups provides a unique type of fiber called beta-glucans. These compounds have been scientifically shown to enhance the activity of the immune system by stimulating natural killer cells and macrophages. Additionally, the high intake of green leafy vegetables means a diet rich in vitamin K and folate, which are crucial for bone density and blood vessel elasticity. Unlike the Western diet, which often relies on heavy dairy for calcium, Asian diets often get their minerals from small edible fish bones, leafy greens, and sesame seeds, which are highly bioavailable sources. Another pillar of health in the East is the technique of thermal processing, specifically the art of the stir-fry. Using a wok allows for lightning-fast cooking at extremely high temperatures. Because the vegetables are exposed to heat for such a short duration, they remain crisp and, most importantly, retain the vast majority of their vitamins and minerals that would otherwise be leached out during traditional Western boiling methods. But a wok is more than just a pan, it is a vessel with a soul. The Chinese call this wok hei, which literally translates to the breath of the wok. This is that distinct, smoky aroma created when droplets of oil and water undergo complex chemical transformations, such as the Maillard reaction, at temperatures exceeding 200 degrees Celsius. However, Asian cuisine does have a darker side that is rarely discussed in the context of health-conscious marketing. The primary challenge is sodium. Traditional sauces like soy sauce, fish sauce, and oyster sauce are essentially liquid salt. Excessive consumption of these additives is directly linked to hypertension and high blood pressure, which remain significant health challenges in countries like China and Japan. Another controversial topic is monosodium glutamate, or MSG. While modern science and organizations like the WHO have cleared MSG as safe for consumption in moderate amounts, the stigma remains. In reality, glutamate occurs naturally in foods like aged cheeses and tomatoes, but in Asia, it is used as a pure flavor enhancer on a massive scale. The risk is not necessarily the chemical itself, but how it makes hyper-palatable food so addictive that it can lead to overeating and weight gain in regions moving away from traditional portions toward a more westernized fast food lifestyle. A fascinating detail that often escapes the Western observer is the cultural and biological role of rice. In many Asian languages, the word for to eat is synonymous with the phrase to eat rice. It is the foundation of existence. However, modern science has raised concerns about the high glycemic index of white, polished rice. In previous centuries, when life was defined by intense manual labor, the rapid glucose spike from white rice was a necessary fuel. In today's more sedentary world, this same rice can contribute to rising rates of type 2 diabetes. This has led to a major health movement encouraging a return to brown, red, or even the legendary forbidden black rice, which was once reserved exclusively for the Chinese emperors due to its high anthocyanin content and superior nutritional profile. When we look at specific dishes, each one tells a story of regional adaptation and history. Take the Vietnamese soup pho, for example. While it is now a global symbol of Vietnam, its roots are a fascinating blend of French colonial influence, seen in the consumption of beef and charred onions, and Chinese spice techniques. It is a dish born of cultural intersection. Similarly, Japanese sushi, which we now view as the height of luxury and elegance, actually began as a primitive way to preserve fish in fermenting rice. Originally, the rice was discarded, and only the sour fish was eaten. It wasn't until the 19th century in Edo, modern-day Tokyo, that sushi evolved into a quick, fresh snack sold at street stalls, becoming the world's first high-quality fast food. We cannot talk about the Asian table without mentioning the ritual of tea. Green tea, rich in polyphenols and catechins like EGCG, is an inseparable part of the meal. Drinking hot tea during a meal is not just a social habit, it has a physiological purpose. The heat and the chemical compounds in the tea help emulsify fats and facilitate smoother digestion. It acts as a metabolic accelerator and a powerful antioxidant shield, protecting the gut lining from inflammation. It is a simple habit that has a profound cumulative effect on how the body processes calories and manages oxidative stress. Asian cuisine is also the kingdom of thermogenic spices. The capsaicin in chilies, piperine in black pepper, and gingerol in ginger do more than just burn the tongue. They stimulate the release of endorphins, increase heart rate, and boost the metabolic rate. In the humid climates of Thailand or India, eating spicy food is a brilliant survival strategy. It triggers sweating, which is the body's natural evaporative cooling system. Furthermore, many of these spices have powerful antimicrobial properties, which was vital for food safety before the invention of refrigeration. Modern nutritional science is increasingly looking into Asian fermentation jars to find answers to gut health. Fermented products like Korean kimchi or Japanese natto are biological powerhouses. Kimchi, for instance, contains millions of lactic acid bacteria that fortify the human microbiome. A healthy gut is not just about better digestion, it is the foundation of a strong immune system and even mental clarity. The relationship between the gut and the brain, known as the gut-brain axis, is a primary area of research where the traditional Asian diet shines as a model for psychological well-being. Furthermore, the consumption of seaweeds like nori, kombu, and wakame provides a rich source of iodine and prebiotic fibers that are rarely found in Western diets, further supporting thyroid health and metabolic regulation. To truly master the Asian way of eating at home, one must understand the delicate balance of acidity and fat. Many Westerners find their homemade Asian dishes taste flat because they forget the lime juice or vinegar at the end. In Asian cooking, acidity is the highlighter that makes the other flavors pop. Additionally, the use of sesame oil as a finishing touch, rather than a cooking oil, preserves its delicate aromatic compounds. By shifting the focus of the meal from a large slab of meat to a diverse array of small vegetable dishes, or bankan, we can replicate the nutritional density that defines the longest-living populations on Earth. In summary, Asian cuisine is a masterclass in mindfulness and respect for the ingredients. It teaches us that meat can be used as a seasoning rather than the main character, that vegetables should be cooked just enough to retain their life, and that at every meal is an opportunity to heal the body. While it requires a careful eye on sodium levels and a mindful approach to refined grains, the core philosophy of Asian eating remains one of humanity's greatest treasures. It is a reminder that health is not found in a pill, but in the harmony of the bowl. Thank you for exploring the science and tradition of Asian cuisine with me today. If this deep dive into the longevity of the East and the secrets of the wok gave you a new perspective on your next meal, please hit the like button. It helps our community of health-conscious learners grow and ensures these stories keep reaching people. What is your go-to Asian dish? Do you prefer the precision of Japanese sushi or the fiery complexity of a Thai curry? Let me know in the comments below, as I always love hearing about your culinary adventures. If you want to keep unlocking the secrets of global traditions and the science of a better life, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep seeking balance on your plate.